With all due honor and praise to the Most High, I worship thee through the divine image of my wives. Amen.
Amen.
Welcome to the Horseman Law Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Ware, a.k.a. Tank, my brother.
Dorje in the house.
And this is episode 5, man. And we're glad to be here. Last week, please excuse us. We had to get some office stuff prepared and things, administrative shit done. So
Right.
we're back this week, man, and trying to hit y'all with some more jewels and some more things to think about. Hopefully my mentor calls a little later. I got my boy JP on the phone. We'll bring him in shortly. But yeah, man, those of you who are watching the All-Star festivities,
yeah,
we just finished with the dunk contest. I'm not too
You weren't
excited
impressed with the winning
at
dunk.
all.
No, I mean, I agree.
all.
I agree. I wasn't too impressed, but you do have to keep in mind there was a 6-inch differential between
technical, right?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's half a foot. That's
Right,
half a
right.
foot. You know what I'm saying? So
Nothing spectacular.
nothing spectacular. But,
Steph Curry wins the 3-point contest.
oh yeah,
That's not a shocker.
not at all. Clearly the best 3-point shooter in the NBA right now.
Right, so-
I would say. Yep.
A very lackluster NBA weekend. That's why I'm not there. So very lackluster NBA weekend. Shout out to my wife, Chanel. She's out there right now. She should be watching, enjoying herself, hopefully, with her dad, not going out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
She said not going out. Oh, did I mention not going out?
Staying out the way. Staying out the way. So, yeah, man. I want to get into some stuff today that I found disturbing earlier in the week. And I happened to notice, brother, and the brother I'm talking about is Marcus Brown Sr. Michael Brown. I'm sorry.
Michael Brown
Excuse me.
Sr., right.
Michael Brown Sr., you know, the father of the murdered Michael Brown Jr. By disgraced officer Darren Wilson.
Ugh. Shouldn't even say his name.
With all due disrespect.
Right.
With all due disrespect.
Oh my God.
But yeah, he had come out and talked about, you know, his participation and working with BLM and the protest and how he didn't see any of these profits come back to the community.
Right.
And sadly, the media picked up on that and tried to spin it as if he was looking for compensation for
Like
his
a
son's death.
handout.
Exactly, which is
Stop.
complete
Right.
bullshit.
Right. That man's son was murdered.
Right. And it just occurred to me that the way the media and the way the public is portraying BLM as regards to the community, it's almost like a child. And it occurred to me like my own children. If your child hurts himself, gets cut, his or herself, scrape her knee or something like that, and, you know, you try to calm them down, you give them candy, you know.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Right,
But
right.
that doesn't address the actual wound.
It's a Band-Aid.
Exactly. It doesn't
Yeah.
address it at all. So, you know, that wound can fester, can get infected.
Yep.
So you have to address the wound. You have to clean around. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Make sure they're good. And that's what occurred to me. BLM has been a Band-Aid to the black community when it comes to these murders and assassinations by police and others in the public, whether you're talking about Michael Brown, excuse me again, whether you're talking about Freddie Gray, whether you're talking about George Floyd,
All the way back to Trayvon.
all the way back to Trayvon.
That's what
Sandra Bland. I mean, this is over and over again, and we get these Band-Aids, you know, writing BLM in the street or, you know, basketball games with BLM and, you know, Amazon with BLM content. Like,
Yeah, celebrity endorsement of BLM.
none of that.
Yeah.
None of that is doing anything for the community. So I just want to shout him out and give him our support.
Word.
And I met the brother. I got no kind of vibe from him as if he was just looking for a handout or looking to get paid. I think he has a real gripe.
Absolutely.
And I think they should be held accountable for all the money they bring in, what they invest in, and what kind of investment they're putting back in the community.
That's important.
I'm not seeing any community centers. I'm not seeing a breakfast program. I'm not seeing anything from over $90 million.
That's real.
You know,
that's real. I mean, and it's something to keep an eye on. You know, like I did a little bit of research on it, and, you know, the influx of money coming in so quick when you're a nonprofit organization, you have to actually account for the money and then plan for the money.
Absolutely.
And, there were aspects of them wanting to build with the money. So, some of that takes time, but I do agree that there needs to be a level of transparency, because that's another thing with a nonprofit is that it's a public, it's public. We should be able to look under the hood and actually know where those funds are being allocated,
and taking the emotion out of it.
Absolutely.
Taking the emotion out of it, not for nothing. You have to harken back to that period. And there was a lot of campaigns. There was a lot of runoff campaigns in Georgia, Atlanta, a lot of political pieces being moved around. And a lot of people were asking questions of how these campaigns were being funded. These were people who came out the blue, some people who came out of nowhere, who had complete campaigns. And then you got to start asking yourself, VP Kamala Harris, president now, President-elect Biden, where are these donations coming from?
Right.
Well, was BLM a factor in contributing to the donations of these campaigns? And as we all know, campaign actually means nothing. Contributing money to a campaign really means nothing for the community, because they don't see any of that money.
Yeah, that's real.
Right? That just goes to the coffers of the Democratic Party.
That's true. And a lot of that we can actually research and see, right? Because any type of campaign donation, there needs to be some accountability for it. But the fact that the money was coming in to Act Blue, right? That was the big issue, is that the money was being collected by Act Blue, which is in and of itself kind of a democratic entity, funding entity. The Republicans have Win Red. That's kind of their bank. And then Act Blue is kind of the Democrats. So all of the money was coming in under Act Blue. Right. So that in and of itself is like, okay, what's that about?
Yeah.
Why is it coming in under that?
Exactly.
That's a question to ask.
Right?
What I'm saying?
So all that should be investigated and looked at.
I agree.
And like I said, at some point we have to stop using the black community and start using stop using the emotionality of the black community. And because people they're profiting off our emotions, man. Just day in and day out, man. Every time we react to something, they profit.
Absolutely.
And as long as we're constantly reacting and they're profiting, they're going to give us stuff to react to.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I got that off my chest. But, Tread, you can patch in my man, JP. This guy, JP, man, we worked together for a long time. He works in the same company. Works for the same people we work with. So.
Is this Jamaica?
No, this is JP.
Oh, this is JP. Okay.
I want to bring him in, and I wanted him to, for sure, I want him to talk about some of the other stuff he's done. He's done a lot of work in Haiti.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
that's important.
Overseas work.
Nice.
And how that applies. Horseman is a worldwide organization, man. We have guys all over the world: Africa, London, France, the UK. So it's a worldwide thing, and it's important that you know how to navigate that. If you want to be in this business, you're going to have to learn how to navigate overseas.
Globally, right.
Globally, and how that works and how that affects you and how that affects other clients.
True.
As you can see, they're getting ready to open this thing back up. So, and when they do, the floodgates are going to open, and it's going to be a lot of guys ready for work. So, hopefully we get Dog in here as soon as possible.
Let's make a move.
Facts. Oh, shit. Coming out heavy.
King's Night.
Stick to what I know in the joint.
That's the counter.
All right, bet. Another thing happened this week that I thought was real cool. Coming to America.
Oh yes, let's talk about that.
Right. So I feel like it's entertaining. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cheesy to me. I'm sorry.
There were cheesy aspects.
It was cheesy.
No, I get. There were cheesy aspects. Now, I'll say the experience, though, because I watched it with my daughter, right? So we watched Coming to America, the first one. because she hadn't seen Coming to America. So we watched Coming to America, right? You have the juxtaposition of it being like in the 70s with the old taxis in New York.
Oh, bet. Let's get JP. We'll get back to that. Let's get JP on.
Yeah.
Tank.
My brother, what's good with you?
What's good, bro? How you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm blessed, man. I'm good to hear from you. So before we get you to the people, let me introduce you, man. Like I said before, JP, we worked a lot together. He's been with us for a while, and he does a lot of overseas work, a lot of private work, and he's a good brother. So JP, man, introduce yourself to the people. Welcome to the cast.
What's going on, man? I'm JP. How you doing, bro? I see you on there. I was watching right before you guys patched me through, man. And Tank, I wanted to congratulate you. I remember we discussed this a while back, and I want to congratulate you.
Word. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So what's going on, man? I've listened to a couple of things you guys have done, man, and I'm really interested, man. I'd like to share a little bit of my knowledge, whatever it is you ask that I can share. I'll be glad to do so.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and kind of enlighten us on some of the stuff in Haiti, man. I'm real interested in some of the stuff you did in Haiti.
Definitely.
I know we've talked about that on in, and how's that progressing?
So,
and how's that going?
Man, so I'm not echoing, am I? Because I got you on Bluetooth. I'm driving.
No, you good.
No, yeah, you coming through clear.
All right. Perfect. All right. So Haiti, man. What can I say about Haiti, man? It's we know the kind of country that it is. We know. We know the state that it's in. And a lot of people don't really know the history of Haiti. Unfortunately, with politics plays a major part in Haiti's infrastructure history as well. When you consider that Haiti was one of the first to actually fight back against slavery,
exactly,
independence,
yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that. And I think, from my knowledge, that has impacted Haiti, its infrastructure, even its politics, for years by having to pay back that money to like France and stuff. A lot of people, man, they really look down on Haiti. They really mistreat them and forget really what they contributed to our growth as people, as Black people.
Absolutely.
In a sense. And with everything that's gone on from the earthquakes on down to U.S. being involved in its politics,
child trafficking.
Oh man, I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've honestly seen it. I've seen without really naming any kind of names or anything. I've seen where they one time, man, there were twins that were being brought over.
Wow.
From there, and I remember just feeling extremely uncomfortable and trying to figure out, like, man, what can I do in this situation?
Yeah.
And your hands are kind of tied.
Yeah.
Especially when you're with a client. But it hurts to see all that stuff, the stuff that goes down over there. Now, as far as working over there, what a lot of people don't know is that I have a Haitian background from my family, from my mother's side.
Okay.
So a lot of times when I go over there, my client doesn't want them to know that I understand or could somewhat speak the language.
That's actually to your advantage, right? That's to your advantage.
Exactly. It's been very advantageous for us working overseas, at least in that country, because you find out very quickly who you can trust and who you have to kind of keep an eye on.
Right.
Absolutely.
And in our business, the more knowledge you can get about, now what they call it, the ops, or about the people that you're working alongside with, or that's alongside your client, is very beneficial to help you probably survive in the field. And again, what a lot of people don't understand, and Tank, if you might remember a while back, there were some military guys that went over there to Haiti, and they all got arrested, and they went through a very big ordeal. The network is also very important.
Right.
One thing about Haiti is you can't trust anybody there.
Wow.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime you got an influx of money versus poverty, I think it I think it makes it difficult for you to trust the local people there, I think.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, but somebody like you who speaks the language, who's versed in the culture, I think that makes you extremely valuable, especially in the field. And
yeah. Well, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you're right about that for a sense and for many reasons. Because when you have the type of people, for instance, as an example, that got caught up when they went over there. I want to make sure I don't say this the wrong way. Your skin color may help or affect the way you build relationships over there.
Absolutely.
You know, and I remember stating one time, we went over one time during what they kind of have is like a hamburger festival, and we were checking out a lot of the local restaurants, and they compete, you know, the restaurants. But every time that the owner or chef or restaurant manager came to greet us, finding out that we were from the States and wanted our opinion, I realized that each and every time that they were white. And I was really confused because I was like, man, this is Haiti. Like, where's the Haitian chef that's cooking this meal? You know,
Absolutely.
When we went to the hotels, it was the same thing. It was the same thing with the head of security.
Yep.
And it was the same thing with, you know, whenever we dealt with the chefs. And I remember speaking to one of the guys who was like our guide. And I remember none of them obviously at this point know that I speak the language. And I said to them, I'm a little disappointed coming from the States, and I don't understand why every time I come here and I speak to somebody, it ends up being the boss ends up being like a white guy. This is Haiti.
Now that's funny. You know? That's funny you say that. That's funny you say that
Yeah.
because I went over to Botswana in Africa. And there's a value to having white employees.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a value to having white people working for you, or white people in your company. Your company is not even valued as much as it is unless you have more white employees. And that's interesting.
That is. And white supremacy really is a global concept, even with the internalized racism, right? I remember being in Jamaica and looking for an ATM, right? And then even though it's local, they were like, yo, I'll take you to this one. I seen white people in there. You know what I'm saying? So automatically that means that one works. Means a good one. That one works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know, again, in this sense, you know, when they told me, they said, well, the Clintons and all this stuff, they'll roll out the red carpet for you when they see your skin complexion, right?
Facts.
And I asked my client, how come, you know, just for his opinion, how come you don't want them to know that I'm half Haitian? And he said, because they're going to think you're a piece of shit like them.
Foul.
And I was like, what do you mean? He said, they'll mistreat you. They will treat you as what you are. They will treat you as a Haitian. They will treat you as what you are, not who you are, or not where, you know, you're coming from as far as the space, but they're going to treat you like a Haitian. I was so upset and so angry. However, in the case of where those contractors who went those few years ago and got cased up, they also didn't know how to deal with the culture. They thought they can, you know, flaunt that supremacy, let's say.
Yep.
They thought they can, you know, flex that, and it bit them in the ass.
Yep. Now, see, what you're talking about right there is exactly what we talk about on the show in regards to working in hip hop culture. You're looking at the same attitudes when it comes to guys hiring European security officers, thinking that because they're European and because they're, you know, white cultured, that they're going to be better than the brothers and better to the guys like us. That's not the case.
Right.
You have to know how to move in the culture. You have to know how to move in these realms that, you know, sad to say, only black people understand. And when you down in KODs in Miami, when you down in, you know, Perfections in New York, when you're down in these areas, you have to know how to flow with the culture if you're going to survive it. And a lot of guys are learning right now. You go to Atlanta right now, there's a lot of guys right now learning the hard way.
All-Star Weekend.
Understand what I'm saying? Learning the hard way because they thought, yo, if I got this European guy with me, I got this guy, and nothing against white guys or white people in the field. I'm talking about the culture. I'm talking about the culture. There's a misnomer.
There's pros and cons.
Right, exactly. There's a misnomer that if you're European, that you know more and you know
that is
how
the
to do a
misnomer.
job better.
Exactly.
And it's false.
Yeah.
And the more dudes in our culture and the more dudes in our industry realize that and start judging people by the merit of their ability and start judging them about, you know, their resume and their experience, then the better off will be. Exactly. Experience.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You should have some type of history in this field if you're gonna work in this field. And that's always been my point to drive home. Like, yo, don't think you can just come over here and do what we do because it's hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not the case.
1,000%. I absolutely agree, because I mean, I think with anything, there's levels. You know, there's levels to what we do. There's levels to what you do on the field. All of us have our pros and our cons. In the case where, you know, I think a little bit of just the perception of being military and or white military, for that matter, that this was going to be successful. You know, in their case, and I don't want to speak too much about their situation because I don't know much more than what I've read and
sure
and through the network.
Absolutely.
And I'm speaking just out of my opinion, having had to work in Haiti and deal with so many of the people and the culture. But we've also dealt with, you know, the president. We've also dealt with their staff. We've dealt with so many instances where we needed that help, not only from the government, but from the local population, the police. Right. I want to say that you really have to know how to move and deal with them and talk to them.
Absolutely.
You know, and your experience, regardless on the training that you have here, it's a whole different environment when you're going overseas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
And I just want to, for the people who are listening, what we're talking about, let's call them government subcontractors working overseas, and being caught up in the bureaucracies, we'll say, in these nations and in these other countries, on behalf of being executive protection agents. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about the situation in Haiti. You can look it up for yourself and find out exactly what we're talking about. But that's what we're referring to when we're referring to what happened in Haiti.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's unfortunate in their case, and I'm glad that things got sorted out a lot easier. But I think it was, you know, just bad PR, and they needed somebody to kind of, you know, hang to look bad. But go ahead.
No, you're right. You need somebody to blame.
Yeah.
They needed to fall.
Yeah, they needed fingers to point at, man. And unfortunately, when you're dealing with a country like Haiti and its politics, they're very quick to point the finger at somebody else. They will burn you. They'll make a plan with you, and then they'll burn you right away.
Absolutely.
You know, so
absolutely,
you have to know who you're dealing with when you go to these countries.
Now that goes not only for Haiti and for the country. That goes for all globally. Period.
Yeah, true.
You will be hung out to dry. So you will be hung out to dry in these situations overseas, where you might have to put work in. Now,
absolutely,
those of us who have been in the industry for a long time knows exactly what I'm talking about. You get into altercations overseas, do not expect for your embassy to come save you.
Nope.
Do not expect for you to be able to call, you know, I've seen brothers out there in the field. I've seen dudes out there working in the field. Oh, I'm going to call the embassy. That means nothing. No. That is not your country. You are a visitor there, and you have to behave accordingly. Because if not, you will find yourself locked away up there, and there is no due process.
Right.
You know,
there is no.
You will be abused and treated like what you are.
Absolutely.
Not from their country.
Absolutely.
And it's funny because every time that we would leave the hotel, again, there were several instances where you kind of would get into the red, where you know, you're riding through Haiti at night and there's checkpoints, you know, and you don't know if it's the police, the real police, or if it's the gangs, you know. And so whenever we would go to Haiti, we always had, you know, like our driver, we always had somebody set up that would provide us with the level of protection that we would need, since you can't come to the country with that.
Right.
You know.
Also the language barrier as far as fluency. Yeah.
Exactly. So we were always kind of prepared, but I remember my client saying, "Well, I'm going to leave my stuff here at the hotel." I said, "No, I need you to travel with your passport." You know, like we need to have this. And he asked me one day, "Why do I need to take my passport with me?" I said, "Because if I have to lay somebody out where they're never going to get back up again, we need to be able to just go.
There is no going back to the hotel.
There is no going back to the
hotel.
Exit.
Yeah, we're gone. Yeah. We're out of here.
That's it. We're not waiting to talk to anybody. We're not explaining anything. We need to get the hell out of Dodge.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
And that's what a lot of people don't prepare for when they're going to these other countries. You know, they're thinking, well, I'm an American. I can just do this and I'm just going to get this help. No, absolutely not. Get the hell out of there.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. The only thing you could do is try to get yourself out of the country to the nearest country. That's that's the best thing you can do. And that's important too. That's just a little tidbit for guys. Don't try to get yourself to America. Just get yourself out of the country.
Out of the country.
Out of the specific country. Don't try to get yourself to America, because they're going to be looking for anybody trying to go back to America. So just a little something for people out there in the field, man. If you out in another country and something happens and you have to do your job, get yourself out of that country. That should be your priority. So,
return alive. At the end of the day, return alive. Get back to your family.
And that's the game.
That, honestly, that's the game. That's all that matters. Get back alive. Get your client back alive. Get back alive. Get out of there. Get back safe. And we watch all these movies with all this great action and all that stuff. And if it could be avoided, you know what? Then avoid it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Unfortunately, we've all been there when we've had to do our job. And in a state of where, again, we're talking about a whole nother country, it doesn't work the same way as it does in the States.
Right.
Exactly.
You know,
and then we talk about relationships, and we talk about how important it is to have those relationships. We've been blessed to be able to have relationships all over the world, and we usually, whenever JP knows this, when we touch down another country, we always have some local representatives there.
Absolutely.
Those local representatives are important because they can help you navigate the space to which you might not be informed about. So you might not know the places to go. You might not know how to get in and out of these roads, and what cities you should be driving through, what cities you shouldn't be driving through.
Right. That's what I was going to say. What's hot? You know what I'm saying? Because that's not going to be nowhere on media or that's local information.
That's why
local intel.
That's why you need those relationships with local representatives, or we call people who are local, who can represent what's moving and what's going on in that city, so in that country, so not to step into those potholes. I mean, France, for instance, or Jamaica, or I remember in Jamaica, I was with a client, and you can't curse in Jamaica. They will lock you up. They will lock you up. Now, to an American, cursing and freedom of speech. All these so-called rules and privileges that you enjoy as an American, all that goes out of the window when you step into another country.
And a lot of times people talk too much internationally, right? Yeah. So if you just keep your mouth closed, they have no idea what language you speak.
Exactly.
They have no idea where you're from. But if you yapping and that's an American, blah,
I'm an American, I got my rights. None of that quiet. Shit applies. and for us, it's even different, man. We've seen a lot of guys who go overseas who are preyed upon, especially in the security industry, because that's a badge of courage. You knock out an American bodyguard, you'll be able to live that up.
That's the acme right there.
Right, you'll be able to live that up for years. Yeah. So not only is there a target on your back because you're an American, there's a target on your back because you're a bodyguard. And they feel like if they embarrass you, then, maybe they can take your job, or maybe they can garner some type of clout, you know what I'm saying, by putting hands on you. So, and a lot of times, I've been in more altercations overseas than I have been in the States.
That's interesting.
And that's because in the overseas, you got a whole new territory. It's a whole new jungle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're going to check you.
Every jungle has a lion. Yeah. Every jungle has a gorilla. So you got to go out there and you got to apply yourself and make these relationships so people know you have a reputation when you get there. That's really the importance, is having a reputation, and you only get that reputation for working in the field. I can't say this enough about newcomers in the business. Be smart enough to know when you're out of your depth when you step into these situations, because that is going to be the difference between you making it home and you not making it home. Be able to say, you know what? I'm out of my depth. I need a horseman. I'm out of my depth.
Absolutely.
I need somebody with me who can not. You don't have to give up your gig. You don't have to say, you know, I need Horseman to come over here and take over. But be smart enough to say, let me consult with Horseman. Let me talk to one of these guys so we can get a little heads up on how to move in these other spaces, because I'm not familiar with it.
That's good info right there. Yeah.
That's just being smart.
Well, it'll keep you alive in the end, you know,
Absolutely.
so why not? You know, it's you put the ego aside and reach out to people that actually know, the people that will help, that know how to do the job, or at least can consult you in how to do it to make sure that you return alive.
That's real.
You know what I mean? That's the end game.
Facts. Facts, man.
You know,
I appreciate you calling in, my brother.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you for the call again. Congratulations, Tank. I really enjoyed the opportunity. I hope I can add some more to more calls going forward.
We're only getting bigger, brother. We're going to keep expanding. We're going to keep doing more stuff, and you know, I love having you a part of it. I love what you do.
Sure.
You're very good at what you do. A pure professional. And, you know, we're only going to get better. I appreciate the call.
For sure. Well, I'll see you in LA, man.
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
All right, brother.
All right.
Peace, brother.
All right, take care, guys.
Be safe out there.
Bye.
Yeah, man. That's JP, dog. He's a good brother, man. You know, he's been moving for a long time, and Miami, Florida, you know, anything on the East Coast, that brother can take care of business, you know, armed, well-trained, marksman. So yeah, those of you looking for good people, when we say we have good people, we mean we have good people. We're not just blowing smoke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right. I mean, and the resume speaks for itself.
Speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Speaks for itself, especially internationally. I don't think people understand the importance that we bring to the table internationally. We all know about the States. We all know about the regular markets, you know, New York, New Orleans, Miami, Atlanta. We all know about those markets, but those overseas markets, man, those overseas markets, those are where it's really, really crucial
I bet.
to have the skills and the knowledge that we
to know how to move with a passport. You know what I mean? There is. It's like one of those things that you can't really experience until you've done it. You know, there's no class for it. You need to be there and actually do it.
And you know that, man, because you've been all over the world, so
right.
You know how to navigate those, you know, hostels and you know and how to get in and out of places.
Absolutely, and a lot of it is just keeping your mouth closed to not get into anything extra, right? And awareness, because they're not going to necessarily look at you and be like, that person's American. That person is a threat. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like just knowing that. And again, like the fact that you have locals, lean on the locals. Lean on your locals. You know what I'm saying? They have infinite resources in their country. You know what I mean? So hey, that's and the idea about not carrying your passport. I know that's kind of a myth that people tell you. You lock your passport up in your hotel and this, that. Man, please, my passport is on me at all times overseas. Right. There is no going back to the hotel. I can't stress that enough. You get into a situation, take your ass directly to the nearest airport or port or border crossing that you can get to, man. I mean, I've seen it time and time again. Dudes that get into an altercation, get into a scuffle, get into anything, and they always overreact to the American getting into something. It's never as easy as, oh, it was just a fist to fight or you know, this and that just happened. Everything in America does overseas, you have to understand, they're going to amplify because without
it's
a
news.
Doubt. Yeah, exactly. Plus, America is hated all over the world. So saying that puts a target on you anyway. So it's like, you know,
And like you said, keep your mouth shut.
Keep your mouth shut.
I need to know where you come from.
Not at all.
You know,
speak slow so it sounds like you just learned English.
That's real. That's real.
You know,
that's real.
they'd be like, you speak English? I'm like,
no, no habla. No
what do you
speak? Exactly.
You know,
and that goes with a lot of stuff, man. I mean, a lot of people are kind of blown away because this is the first time people really heard me talk. I don't say shit out in the field. And the reason why I don't is because I'm listening.
Right.
I'm listening to everybody.
That is such a key.
It's it.
It's so key, right? It's like if you talking, you're not listening.
You're not listening. You can't hear anything. If you're constantly talking, you can't hear anything. And,
Boom.
And most of my wins have come from listening. I can hear you. I can be in a club, a crowded club, speakers blasting, music blasting, and I can hear what you're talking about.
Right.
Right. I can read your lips. I can use your body language. You know, I can hear what you're saying. And I can't tell you how many dudes have sat there and been like, oh, you know, yeah, that's Tank and I'm gonna take off on him. Okay. You'll never get that opportunity.
You already know.
I already know. I've heard you.
Yourself off.
I've heard you.
You done tipped yourself off.
Exactly. And
also watching how information moves, right?
Yeah.
I remember being in Egypt. And I was with a cat that he was Egyptian, and we were sitting there playing backgammon, and a cop came in, and he was like, the cop just asked someone about you, right?
Right.
So he was like, don't look now. I'm not going to turn around and see what it is, right? But still at the same time, now I'm looking for anything that got a reflection, right? Okay, so I see him talk to that person, then that person talks to that person, and I see the movement of information.
Absolutely.
Right? He leaves, but still the information is still in the place, and the person that it lands on is still in the place.
Still in the place.
So now I'm very aware of everybody he talked to.
Absolutely.
Even though I'm playing a game of backgammon, right? There's no alarm because the person that I'm with, lean on your local, right?
Yep.
If it was something crazy, he would have reacted, right?
Absolutely.
But I'm still aware of it. And I'm so aware that it's like, okay, I'll just clearly act like I don't know what's going on. And you know what I mean?
Oblivious.
Just move oblivious.
Exactly.
And then that obliviousness, you know, we finished the game, got up, moved. You know what I mean? The dude that was in there came and saw where we went or whatever. But still, I'm aware that they're watching.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And even just knowing that lets you know, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Horseman story. I'll tell you a Horseman story. Me and Killa J are in Dubai.
Dubai.
Right? So we're in Dubai and you know, we're in this club. We're working for an artist who's big at the time, still big, whatever the case.
Right.
We won't mention his name.
We're not necessary.
Yeah, not necessary. But we're in the club in Dubai and we're partying in Dubai. Now, my job when we're in club settings and I'm with Killa J and we're doing our thing, it's a partnership. It's a teamwork thing.
Yeah, it's a tag team.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly. It's a tag team vibe.
Yeah.
So if I'm in a situation addressing somebody, Killa J is going to listen, you know, for everything. He's right over my shoulder.
Right.
He's paying attention to everything. He's listening to everything. Now, vice versa. If he's talking to somebody, if he's addressing somebody, you know, I'm listening intently. I want to hear everything that's going on. Now, we're the only ones that can really go to another country and try to rope off and VIP and
move like that.
It's a very, very delicate situation because you don't know anybody. You don't know who's in the country. You don't know whatever. And you don't know who you're telling they can't come in. Right now, mind you, this is Dubai. Right. This is Dubai. So we've got it roped off, and we're controlling the section, and we're controlling the people coming in and out. And this guy walks up, doesn't know anybody, takes off the rope, and proceeds himself,
right,
and try to go through. And of course, in fashion, Killa J destroys him. So he's destroying the dude, and I'm watching. I'm paying attention to his body language, and I'm paying attention to how he's taking this lashing, right? So he pulls out his wallet and he pulls out this card, and Jay don't give a fuck. A card. So what? It's a business card.
What's this card?
Give a fuck about this card.
Yeah.
Tosses the card on the trash, spins dudes around, kicks him in the ass. Get up out of here. Cool.
Right.
No problem. Dude walks off. Right? Now, I pick up this card, right? And I'm looking at it, and it says royal family.
Whoa.
So I say to myself, royal family. Now, if this dude is like a prince or some crazy shit, we're not making it out of Dubai. Right? So I politely.
Well, there's definitely going to be a check.
Definitely. So I pull Jay up. I say, man, listen, this card says royal family. He's like, okay, cool. Right? So we see dude is over there fuming. Yeah. Right? The most ingenious thing I've seen.
Okay.
So you just got through kicking this dude in the ass, embarrassing him in front of the club. He's obviously some type of member of a royal family, some kind of crazy connection, right?
Right.
So Jay walks up to him. Hey, look, man, come over here. Come meet the client. Grabs dude up, brings him in, goes in there, introduces him to the client. The dude forgot about all the ass kicking.
Exactly.
He forgot about all the embarrassment. Immediately.
Yeah.
Now, when I went back and I started thinking, and there was a documentary that just came out called The Descendant, right? That people should watch. When you're talking about another country and you're talking about a people who can disappear you, that is Dubai.
Absolutely.
That is the royal family. Like, there's no going back. Like, you might as well be on Mars.
Right.
You fuck up in Dubai with a member of the royal family, you might as well be in Mars. You might as well be on another planet. Like you did, you're gone. Yeah. And there's no getting you back.
Right.
You can forget about it. But that's the importance. If you ain't got somebody paying attention, or if you're not paying attention yourself, something like that can really cause your demise.
Now imagine, okay, so now this is the beauty of this story, right? So you said it's this intricate dance of, tag team and y'all playing off each other. Jay's just doing what he does.
He does
right?
his job. That's what he's supposed to do.
That's what he's supposed to do, right? And then you, as backup, playing off of him, just the wisdom to pick up the card. Because that's intel, right? That's information. So now that card, you're like, oh, this card is a game changer. Let me offer this intel.
Have to.
And then it just fixed everything.
Exactly.
Had you not picked up the card,
we probably wouldn't be here. That's just facts.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't be here. You have to understand that when you're dealing with like people in different countries and you're dealing with the egos of the countrymen in those countries, man, you're dealing with immense egos. These people have been the man, for however long. Then all of a sudden you walk into a place and you're the power.
Right.
That destroys people's confidence. That destroys people's ego. And if you don't know how to delicately, thank you.
Right.
If you don't know how to do that, then you become the enemy of all enemies. You become the poster child for American domination.
And look at the recovery from Killa J, right? Exactly. Okay, so and that's what I think is so beautiful too when you talk about protection, right? Now, that move, his move showed this isn't about ego.
Fact.
Right? I ain't trying to punk you, bro.
Right.
I'm doing my job. Absolutely. You shouldn't have grabbed the rope.
Exactly.
Maybe if you came up to the rope.
Who you got on there? Oh, facts. Let's get Big Red. We'll get back to that too.
Yeah.
Let's get Big Red in here. Another brother of mine, man. Been in the business for a long time.
Nice.
Tell me when you got him on. Big Red.
I'm here.
What's up, my man?
How you doing?
Yo, man, let me introduce you properly to the people. On the phone is my man. Now, this brother right here, man, he was with me when we brung Wayne home from prison a long time ago. We did work with Bow Wow together. This is my brother Red, man. Yo, talk to the people, man. Tell them know what's up.
What's going on? What's going on?
Bless. You in Atlanta right now, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta right now.
How's it going?
Busy. You know how it is down there. You know?
Man. This shit is
head on the swivel.
I'm telling
right, head on the swivel.
I'm telling you, this is the biggest 6'5". What is it? 6'5", 6'6"? How tall are you, Red?
5'11", bro. I was calling Jason. Hey, I was calling for Jason on the phone. Hey, I'm tall. I may not be that tall, but I'm tall in heart, man.
And that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
So, what's good, man? Break down some of them jewels, man. This brother's been around for a long time, and he's seen it all, man. He's seen it all.
I had my share. You know, I had a few minutes to call in. I was on the phone. I was talking to Big Jason earlier.
Facts.
And, so I figured I'd keep them to give you guys a call. So, man, it's just, man, I didn't know where to begin.
Right. Now you started. Now, tell us about your start, man. How'd you start?
Man, I started back, way back, man. I started out as a bodyguard. Wow. Gerald Levert, OJ.
Wow, Gerald Levert and the OJs.
The OJ.
Yo,
yeah.
That's what's up. That's mad respect, bro.
Yeah, 89, you know.
That's the
Run
old school
DMC
shit.
back in 86, you know. Eric B. You know, actually, me and Eric B, we still friends, you know.
Oh, that's
Nice.
dope.
But we could go way back. You know, then I converted from doing more the transportation side because I just wanted to be well rounded.
Right.
You know?
Now,
Then it's like, go ahead.
Now, people don't understand the transportation, how important the transportation dude is, man.
Oh,
You
man,
being the transportation dude, man, you're in control of getting the client wherever they need to go, getting them back to where they're supposed to be. And
logistics,
the logistics, man.
of it. Yeah, the logistics, and you got to handle the analytics too of it.
Facts.
You know, you got to take into how long is it going to take, what exit is there, and basically, you know, it's more work and time consuming. Like after everybody goes in the hotel or they go home, you off to clean the vehicle, clean it out, make sure it's secure,
Right.
making sure that you know nothing's wrong with a tire or anything.
Right,
You know?
right.
Right, and that's how important the position is. Not only that, you got to deal with the police. You got to make sure we don't get pulled
Right,
over.
exactly. That
You know
is
what I mean?
key.
He got
That's
to make
true.
sure he speed when he's supposed to speed, slow down when he's supposed to slow down. So they're very valuable to the whole operation, man. The people in the transportation and doing
Yeah, but it's like you got to make sure you have the right ones. It's like I spend a lot of money on I have 3 different teams. I have an A team, a B team, and a C team. The C team is just for regular folks that just do regular stuff, like need someone to shadow them, take them from point A to point B. You got your B team for your B-list celebrity. Then you got your A team, which they go to school for, you know, tactical driving, defensive driving, evasive driving, crash avoidance, evac driving. You got to know how to do the dead man takeover. God forbid something happens to the driver or other guy. The security up front got to know how to maneuver the vehicle, commandeer the vehicle, how to press down, press up, when to do it. It's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's straight up.
Yeah, so, you know, and then it's like, I hooked up, you know, it's like, it's funny, man. You know, it's like, there's a lot of people that do it, but there's only a few real ones, you know? And like the brothers I've been doing business with all these years, they still in business. Like, I still work with Jason Kane,
Facts.
you know? I still work with him. Actually, Jason's like it's crazy because Jason's an alpha male, like most of everybody in here that does this.
Facts.
But
Right.
the funny thing about him is no one could tell him nothing because he knows what he's doing. Everybody knows how he is. You know, it's his way to nowhere, the highway, because he's been doing it so long.
Right.
And he's always giving the orders. But the crazy thing is, though, I'm his bodyguard.
Facts.
You know, I watch his blind spots so that he can make the artist, so he can look good to make the artist look like the star. I'm always the one in the back that always handles everything. And then the thing about it is we don't got to like each other. We got to get along with each other. We're going to respect each other. We're going to be loyal to each other.
Facts.
You know, because alpha males never really get along, only for a certain amount of time, then they got to get away from each other.
Absolutely.
You know, but as long as we got, there's a thin line between love and hate. You hurt somebody that you love, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you got that loyalty there, you know, you ain't going to let nothing hurt nobody. You know?
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
real.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it has to be a compromise. You know, it's like most of my guys, like I said, I deal with. And then the new guys, it's like they know everything now. It's a whole different breed, man.
Right,
They
man.
see
Right.
they see like the flashy cars, they see the shine, they see how everybody looks good, but they don't understand the work we put in to get where we are. You know, I have nothing but A-list celebrities and clients. And the thing about it is they think that it's supposed to just fall in their lap. Like, I had a problem with a guy even today down here. You know, I told him, I said, you know, he tried to tell me something. I said, look, let me explain something to you. I only debate with people on my level. Everyone else I teach. And so I'm about to teach you a lesson. So he wound up getting fired, going home. Yeah, so, you know, it is what it is.
Getting fired and going home, straight up.
And going home.
Right.
And not getting paid. And getting sued for the money for the deposit that they gave him because you were perpetrating of being something you're not. You know, you can't fake this here because somebody will pull your card and punch your ticket quick. And that's what happened to him today. And I hated to do it to him, but it is what it is.
No, it's necessary.
You got people's lives in your hands.
It's necessary.
You got people's lives in your hands, you know? And there's very few men I trust with my life in their hands. Like Jason, I trust. Anyone on his team, I trust. I want to go home.
Absolutely.
You know, me and him, we've been in shootouts. You know, I remember the 50 Cent shootout twice. You know, Hot 97. That was me that said, you know, we're going to bring him up, beating 50 out the side door. When we go out to Jersey, the brother started coming through the bushes on it. I come up behind him. Jason gets him from the front, you know, before they ambush us. It was like we just, you know, we turn the tables on them. You know, got everyone out of there. You know, but if you don't know what to look for, what you see, you know, what to do, then shame on you.
Absolutely,
you know?
Absolutely. Now that's important, man. You just dropped a major jewel on them right there, because people don't realize back then how volatile and how delicate, you know, the 50 Cent situation was, man. I mean, that brother was hated by everybody.
Everyone.
Right?
Yeah.
So to protect him on that level at that time, and he come out of there untouched is an accomplishment, man. And that's something.
Yeah. We had the shootout at the Rock the Mic tour. I know, what was that, 03? Up in Buffalo. You know, one guy got shot. They had to bring him couldn't have him go to the hospital up in Buffalo. Had to take him to the hospital in Syracuse, you know, because of what was going on, you know, and then you got to get everybody out of there. It's a touchy situation,
right?
Absolutely,
you know, and it's just, you know, we went from there. Then it's like, man, I can go back days. I like even with T.I. when we had the shootout in Cincinnati. I'm the one that got everyone out of there. You know, that was me.
Facts.
You know, the only thing I didn't ask for a dime. The only thing about it is, the man stayed loyal to me because he saw what I saw. Mighty men turn it. Everyone that talks that talk and walk that walk. And I saw everybody that talk that talk. Half of them I saw turn the mics. They start crying.
Wow.
You know, the shootout lasted the police said from the time they heard the first shot to the last shot was 28 minutes.
Wow.
They couldn't even count the shots. They just said it was a hail of gunfire.
Right.
They shut down a major intersection on the highway, on the on-ramp. You know, it was a lot. And
in traffic. This is on the freeway.
On the highway. On the freeway. Yeah, disabled 2 vehicles just so that they could block other oncoming traffic. They were riding by, shooting at us and everything. We didn't know who was who. So, you know, basically, sometimes you got to just, you know, do what you got to do. You do what you was taught, and you just keep it moving. You know, got the man out of there with everyone else. Didn't leave a soul. I could have just kept going, but for what?
Exactly.
You know, that's not what I'm made of. And I got everyone out of there safely except for, you know, my man Falant, who wound up dying there. You know, but that was uncalled for. It wasn't.
Yeah, man, that's big that you talk about that T.I. situation, man, because that's a major deal, man. That's an actual assassination attempt. People don't understand, man.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's an assassination attempt. Man. You're not dealing with people who are just getting involved in little scuffles, man. These are people who are really trying to take each other's lives, and you're the one in the middle. You're the one standing between it. And when the songs are written and the stories are told, you're the one that's going to be left out of them stories. You see, everybody.
Of course, but that's okay with me.
Facts.
Right. That's part of the job.
That's okay with me.
Yeah, that's part of the job.
Facts.
You know, that's okay with me. I'm cool with that. I know what I did, you know, and I did my job. You know, I go above and beyond. But I tell you what, like I said, I never said, hey, you owe me this. I never said, you got to give me this. Yo, you got to take care of me.
Right.
The way the man take care of me, he was loyal to me for 18 years.
There you go. I've
been with the man since 02, 03 up until today. The man was loyal to me for all these years. And if I ever needed anything, I can go to him, but I work for my money.
Exactly.
You know, I have no problems with the man. It's like I call him, he pick up the phone. You know, he calls me, I'm there. He can say, I need you. Before he can say, I need you, I'm there. You know, and that's how it is. That's how this business goes. I know what I did. I don't need to be reminded of, you know, being in the credits of a movie.
Right.
You know,
right.
Because when the credits are being seen, I'm off to the next movie.
Exactly. And that's what this whole platform is about, man. We're gonna have to give each other our flowers, man, because expecting anybody else to give us our flowers ain't gonna happen. So that's the whole purpose of this. That's the whole purpose of doing what I'm doing.
Word.
I want Big Red. I want Killa J. I want everybody to get their flowers right now. I'm not waiting. I don't
wait till I'm dead. We always do that with dead people. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Don't talk about me at my funeral. Talk about me when I can hear it.
Yeah, talk with me while I'm alive.
Yeah,
exactly. Absolutely.
Exactly. And it's like you said, it's we as people, we seem to, it's like a jealousy thing, man. It's like, it's always like, almost like a hate, but then when they're gone, it's like, he was a good dude and you want to honor him, you know, which I never understood that.
Nah, man.
You know?
Nah.
And then it's very few of us that, like I said, still do what we do. And it's just, sometimes it's not even about, it's always about the money. I should say it's not about the money. It's always about the money. But it's just, it's, you know, you can't, it's passionate.
Facts.
You can't beat me what I do. You can't beat my passionate mind at this. You can't beat me with this.
Exactly.
You know? But gentlemen, I got to jump. I got to run. It was a pleasure. We'll be in touch.
Man, appreciate it.
Pleasure,
appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
Stay safe out there.
Yes, sir. Good looking. Hey, when you get Killa J up, go ahead and bring him in. All right. That's a good brother, man. You know what I'm saying?
He dropped some. He dropped some jewels.
Been in the business for a long time.
Right.
And, you know, I remember when I was a pup, he was out there doing his thing. So
yeah,
shout out to him. And like I said, we want to give these guys their flowers now.
While they're here. Yeah.
You know, I don't go to funerals, and I ain't trying to go to nobody's funeral and talk about them while they gone. We gonna talk about them while they here, and that's the reason why I do it. Mm-hmm. And you know, when you start talking and hearing stories about the era of 50 Cent and the era of T.I. and all these eras in the business.
Mm-hmm. He went back to the
high
OJs,
violence.
bro. Like he said Gerald Levert and the OJs. He went back.
Come on. That's
you know, that's wisdom.
Right, exactly. Those are the people you got to tap in and get that knowledge from and get them stories from, because them jewels right there are priceless.
Priceless.
Those jewels right there are priceless.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Killa, what's happening?
Oh, man, just got the airplane. What's going on, bro?
Oh, man, bless, man. Just got through talking to Big Red, man. He was dropping down them jewels. He was talking them 50 Cent days, them T.I. stories, you know, them high crimes and high violence and misdemeanors days.
Shootouts.
You know what the crazy shit is, dog? This would be so funny, right? So, speaking of T.I., Red was around T.I., so like these people make these allegations against people,
right?
Like Red was there, like just say T.I., for instance, right? We know that for like 6 year, 7 year period of time, T.I. was under investigated by the feds.
Absolutely.
So if he was raping and drugging bitches or drugging girls,
right?
Well, the feds would have saw that. Then upon T.I.'s release, he was assigned a federal agent to pose his security with that man for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
Facts. These are facts, people. These are facts. You can look this shit up. These are straight up facts. So this goes back to what he just said, the importance of what he just said. You can't be under the investigation of the FBI. You can't be under the surveillance of the FBI and commit crimes and think they don't know about them.
Multiple crimes, right?
Multiple
especially
crimes,
like drugging somebody and rape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So these people who launch these allegations, these people who say these things, they don't have any real knowledge of what's going on behind the scenes and who's really paying attention. But that's where we're at right now. We're at in an era right now where anybody can say anything about you. And if you get enough people to say it, then they're believed. And that's bullshit, man. Mm-hmm. You should have to prove whatever allegations you make. You should have to prove these allegations. I don't give a fuck if you're a man. I don't give a fuck if you're a female. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. Prove what you're saying about me. Don't just say it and think that it's going to fly.
That's real.
Two things in the story. We both saw how Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh said that a woman said he raped her. And as a matter of fact, we did security for that woman when the whole entire time she went back and forth to the Senate to testify against him.
Absolutely.
But they blew it undercover. Then Donald Trump had all the allegations. They blew it undercover. they stick and choose when they put these rumors of sexual assault, sexual harassment, sexual battery on somebody, then it sticks.
Absolutely.
You all remember Bill O'Reilly, the motherfucking most notorious phone jack-off king. He was on fucking Fox News downgrading everybody, but this man was notorious jack-off with a phone.
Right. Absolutely.
How you settle a case for $32 million and every girl said you called and beat off on the phone, but you telling people, remember he destroyed Damon Dash and Cameron.
He did.
You jacking off with napkins on the phone.
Exactly. And not just Bill O'Reilly. Shit, Andrew Cuomo right now. I mean, the list is endless when it comes to people in the political arena and people on the other side.
Had a conversation tonight, right? It's funny you say that. I was sitting on an airplane, right? And the guy I sat next to was he was a captain or chief of detectives. I ain't gonna say the city. And we were talking about January 6th, you know?
Yeah.
And he said the realest shit to me. He said, the funny thing about this is that they don't want to act like the one thing about Donald Trump, if you had a stain in your shirt, you got a chance to everybody would have a stain on their shirt. Meaning that we see who's dirty now. We see how they really feel. You know, There's no more hidden secrets.
Right.
But the fact is now, certain people on the other side, they act like they were getting arrested. Every white person in the United States of America has capitalized from slavery. Not saying their grandfathers on slavery. In fact, they were European, Caucasian descendant, and they capitalized off that.
That's facts. That's facts. Now you can't say that anybody in this country, any major corporation that goes back and has that. You know how you go in the supermarket and you see it says 18 from 18 such and such and 18 this and this.
Right.
The origins of their company.
Yeah, exactly.
That's telling you the participation in slavery. You can't start a corporation in that period and not in some way benefit from slavery. So that's an easy way to find out who you're supporting and who is actually making money and how much money they've made off the black community. Just go in the supermarket and see all those products that say started and created in the 1700s, started and created in the 1800s. That's slavery. That's during the period of slavery. So if they started a company during the period of slavery, they buy. Just by representation, just by relation, they benefited off slavery.
Like I said about football, you trying to tell me right now that everybody that ever threw a pass in the NFL, that John Elway is better mindset businessman than them, that he's the general manager of Denver Broncos. You think they gave Marlon Briscoe a job if he was the first black quarterback in the NFL? I'll tell you, this is look how the Timberwolves shitted on Kevin Garnett. Hey, you and me have been in Minnesota. Minnesota's a shithole. If you go, let me tell you something. Go to Minnesota. That's one of the most segregated states. You got the Ethiopians and Somalians in one part of town. You got the local black people in one part of town. You got the white people running around like it's 1776. It's crazy, man.
Shout out
the Twins and Timberwolves. They keep that town afloat.
Facts. Shout out to was it Castillo? What was that brother's name? Philandro Castillo, that brother that was shot by that police officer in Minnesota. Had his CCW, had everything he needed, was completely legal, and was shot by that cop, and they gave that cop up. I think that dude right now is a cop at another police department.
Man.
This is an epidemic on all levels, man. On all levels. Here.
I want to know why the fuck the cop. This was so crazy. It was January 6th. These motherfuckers said they were pro-police. They were beating motherfuckers with flags and police flags. That cop that got beat up, he should sue everybody from January 6th that's touched foot on the Capitol. He should sue Donald Trump. He should sue Linwood, whatever his name is. He should sue Rudy Giuliani. Every right-wing, far-white supremacist company around. I would sue them. I would sue their kids' pets. Everybody.
Their kids' pets.
But what you're talking about there is even deeper than that, because Jay, gang injunction. Now, gang injunction is if you were part of a gang, anything your gang do everybody get charged with.
Right.
New York RICO stats.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Right. So how do you rush the Capitol? Clearly wearing Trump flags and we support Trump, Republicans this or Republicans that. How do you storm the Capitol, beat up and kill a man, and not one of them has been charged with murder? Like
what civilian in the United States of America carries bear mace? You're not in the woods.
Damn.
And bear mace is stronger than regular mace, stronger than pepper spray. If it's not used on an animal, it's only one thing it does. It would fucking immobilize a human being.
Crazy.
Like I said for a minute, like I told the officer on the airplane, I'm just wondering why no officer, because you cannot tell me that George Floyd caused that much of a thing that you killed him. Eric Garner, you killed him. You shot Jacob Blake, all this stuff, Ahmaud Arbery, but 10,000 white people screaming, Trump, kill Pence, kill this kid, and nobody was threatening you. Man, I put so much bullets in them that motherfucking Remington would make me their president.
Facts.
That's real.
Like they have this one. This is the app I wish to all the app people. Why don't you make an app that when these goddamn studio gangsters are talking this dog shit, how they want this traffic, let their name come up, let their address come up, let the trail come up, let that come up. Watch how fast motherfuckers on. It'd be like a ghost town. You will hear nothing but crickets. But you give these people these forms. They have enough self-defense to not even to blow out a candle. They talk tough on the phone or they talk tough on the internet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Talk about that, man. Talk about these people who are out here pretending and who are gaslighting Look, others.
This white guy, his name, his social, whatever, the internet shit is Heavy Duty Country. Bro, when we come to your city for the tour, I got first row tickets for you to watch the show. Then I'm gonna take you out back and dog walk you. He be talking the most crazy racist shit in the world on there.
Right.
They think they're the biggest, toughest, roughest internet gangsters in the world. I mean, not only him. It's not only him. No, it's not only him. There's a total culture of them. And
your fan base has to be as stale as cornbread on Saturday that listen to this fucking bullshit. Like, let me tell you, back to the T.I. thing. Tank knows this firsthand. Tank knows I could name a plethora of grown-ass men. Once the show is over and you're no longer needed by the Horseman, we're the most fucked up guys. We did you wrong. We smacked your mama around. We didn't pay for your sister's orange juice. This is what it is. When women and men are no longer on that A train, they going back to what their parents' DNA made them. The man told me this a long time ago. And this is hard to say this. A man told me this a long time ago. He said the most scariest person in the world is a financially desperate black woman or black man, because they will bring the house down. But I won't even put a color. I'll be generous. A woman or a man that's desperate for social media attention, that's clout chasing, they pocketbook or their little Levi's wallet might not have nothing but some dust in it, and they will sabotage anything to get that. Because you got to remember, a lot of these people are born again through their association to people. You might be Joe Dirt to everybody, but once you get the job, being around people, you might become Joe Dust. You're popular now.
Yeah.
You went from wearing motherfucking zips, now you're wearing Skechers that light up in the back. You're popular now.
1,000%. Hey, look, remember I was telling my brother the story about Dubai.
Yeah.
When we was in Dubai. We got another Dubai story. Tell him about the story about the member of the entourage who was going to get his head cut off out
his
there.
Head cut off.
Oh, they was finna body bag this fool.
Have you ever seen a movie? It's a movie with Guy Ritchie called Snatch. There's a big fat guy named Big Tony in the movie. No, big fat guy in the movie. He's always playing a Guy Ritchie with big fat black guy from overseas, right?
Right.
Anyway, his younger brother's name is Tony. He used to always be up house with 50. So, a lot of these guys make their money, you could call them negotiating artists, right?
Right.
So we're in Dubai for 21 days, right? 21 days and 14 minutes and 16 seconds. So we're in Dubai. So we come downstairs, me and Tank at the gym, because we're not going to lie. They had the world greatest fruit juice buffet I ever seen in my life. So
Yeah,
me
it's
and Tank got
crazy.
some guava juice, some pineapple juice, and mixed with watermelon juice. So we're chilling.
Yeah.
So we see a congregation of people. You know, you can blatantly hear they're heated.
Yeah.
So I see the guy Tony, me and Tank talking to him. His man tells me, Tank, yo, if your man, the professional drink maker, don't come downstairs, these niggas gonna cut his head off and bury him in the desert. So me and Tank talk to the guy. He's like, yo, I gave this guy $30,000. He told me they was gonna bring Yellow Boy downstairs, do a walkthrough. What the fuck is going on? We're like, what the fuck are you talking about? So me and Tank go upstairs. So Tank holler at Yellow Boy, saying what's going on. Me and Tank come upstairs, get things smoothed over. It's just the fact that me and Tank didn't have to save this motherfucker. His Drake making days would have been over.
Over.
Wow.
Do you think this guy gave me and Tank a banana or apple or even a high five? First of all, he didn't come downstairs. He was so fucking scared. The clown was upstairs packing his bag. The man was he was upset because he had a fucking check-in. You know what them drinks the bartenders have? Them little crazy straws they stir the drink up with. What's it called?
The umbrella.
Yeah, he was packing his umbrellas and crazy straws and his little mixer cups in his bag. So me and Tank got the situation squashed. It was just crazy because had me and Tank Night went downstairs to get something to drink, they would have barbecued that boy.
Barbecued.
In the whole entire time we're there, we keep seeing every restaurant we go to, our table's next to this guy's table. Wherever we went for them days, we were so close to the guy. Then on the third day, we're like, yo, why is this guy everywhere we go?
Right.
Come to find out, he was giving the bartender boy some cash to bring the Yellow Boy to all these different events. You know, so me and Tank said, we sit back and just watch.
Just watch.
And
You got to understand.
all unfolded.
You got to understand what he's talking about. You got to understand what he's talking about. Now, this is a dude who, now, when we first started with Yellow Boy and we started working with Yellow Boy, this dude was a waiter at a restaurant.
Right.
He wasn't even a part of the entourage. He was a waiter at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Listen, this guy was, listen, you never in your life could see somebody filleting the bone sea bass the way this guy was. He could fillet the bone of sea bass in 6 seconds and make you a crown royale and goddamn Grand Marnier in 2 seconds. He was a masterpiece.
Exactly.
He was the best stuff. And somehow, sooner or later, we saw him again. He had a gold chain, hair gel, put on 10 pounds, had a sweatshirt with the animal that makes noise at nighttime. He part of the crew now.
Yeah, exactly. So he basically got recruited into the entourage,
Right.
based on his ability to wait.
Yeah.
Now, this dude is in Dubai taking money from the locals out there to bring Yellow Boy to the events.
Oh,
So we had no clue about it.
Right.
So we're going to all these events. We're going to events. We're going to restaurants. And this dude is just pocketing cash. Now, you got to understand, in Dubai, these motherfuckers got money like water. They don't.
Right.
They really don't care. They just want you to do what they
just
want them to
what
do.
they want.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So he's taking in $20,000, $25,000, $30,000, just collecting this money by dragging this boy to these restaurants and to these events. Now, we don't have no clue about it, but we go into this silly ass shit
Right.
over and over again, and we're seeing the same people at these events.
Yeah.
Now, just out of the grace of God, we happen, and Killa J happen to have relationships with people who know the dudes that's giving him this money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, eventually, Yellow Boy decides, you know what? I ain't going to. I've been going to all this shit. I ain't going no more. I'm good. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Not knowing that his man has been collecting money.
Right. Booking him.
Basically,
Yeah.
to do walkthroughs through all these fucking events and all these places. And he thought he was just going to stand these people up in another country.
Right.
Man,
Took their
please.
money already.
Man, please.
Yeah, they was about to take his head.
Completely. He would have never made it back to the States.
Yeah.
Never made it back to the States. Made him back, cleared it up. Not only did we smooth everything over and get him safe travel, the motherfucker never apologized, never said thank you, nothing.
Right.
As if this is what we supposed to do. Now you ain't the client.
You
dog.
ain't the client. Yeah.
Like, we don't have to do nothing for you. We could have just went ahead and just said, "Hey, dog, you didn't make it. Sorry."
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fact that we saved his life, and the fact that we made sure he was straight, and the fact that we never got any acknowledgement for it, And you don't have to pay us. I don't need 20%.
Yeah, it's not about the money.
It's not about the money.
Yeah.
It's just acknowledge the fact that you got your life saved by us and that nobody else could have did that. Mm-hmm. That never came.
Wow.
Never came.
That never came. To this day, never came.
I was watching this thing a couple of days ago, right? I was the client was in a business meeting, and I just was downstairs in the lobby waiting. And I saw this thing on the internet, right, with YouTube. And the guy named Big U said something. He said when he first came home from prison, he was going to be doing the security work. And he said he was just shocked to see that all these vocally tough rappers had these guys around them that would have been folding laundry and Jack and Dixon prison, more or less. You know what I'm saying? They're type of men. Mm-hmm. But the funny thing is that's what's so crazy about, I say this all the time, this would be so crazy and disheartening to this game is that these guys come in this game and they don't want to do security. They want to be the star.
Right.
And the sad
or
part
next
is
to the star.
They have not even next to the star. Look at these guys' Instagram. Mm-hmm. They're acting like they got albums out, like they doing mic checks. Man. Yeah. And I tell you, listen, I've seen more men fabricate their resume to other men for a job than men fabricate a resume to get a piece of pussy. And that said, a nigga will chase dick harder than pussy out here.
Facts. Facts. Matter of fact, use your name. Use your name. Use your name and use your experience and your resume.
There's a guy named Spaz in Canada, right? And we used to wait this place called Good Life or Max, some place on Youngstown Street, right? And the guy told me, he's like, after like the third day meeting, he said, "Can I ask you a question? Did you work for these so-and-so, so-and-so?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did." He goes, "You know what's the crazy part is? Before you came here, there was a guy in here. He just sit everybody down. He said everybody like nutshells. People was eating protein bars, sipping their water, just grasping his words. He was telling stories. He was in shootouts with 50. He was banging hard with Floyd. He was AI security. He said, "I met you within the third day of meeting you. I know you're that guy." That's what I tell you, members, man. The greatest gift of flattery is when a grown man has to impersonate you of what you've done, and all you're doing is being the man that your dad or mom made you to be.
That's real.
That's facts.
Me and Tank have made men heroes for 30 days, 120 days, sometimes 10 hours, sometimes 5 hours. The fact is that we're able to be around you and give you that, what is the Latin community called machismo, that confidence that you know you will. That's like if you put a fucking, I always go to dogs, if you put a Yorkshire teacup terrier in a pack of Presa Canaries, yeah, he's a dog. Yeah, he's shit and piss. But that motherfucker's jaw pressure ain't the same. His gameness ain't the same.
Right.
His territory ain't the same. He can only impersonate being a dog, but he's not a game-bred working breed.
Right.
And a lot of times these guys come around, they're not game-bred, nor are they working. It just be crazy. Like it sometimes it's frustrating because, my man, if your job is rolling blunts and folding up socks and telling jokes and doing shape-ups, just be blessed with what you've done. You're in.
Yeah.
But don't act like you samurai, dog. When the time comes and you've been by the client by yourself and somebody went at the client, you did enough to make your underwear moist in the front and back, nigga, you're not a warrior.
Facts. Facts. At some point, you get exposed. We've said it. We've said it for years and years and years.
There was a thermometer that me and Tank, when all this shit, when traffic gets heavy, and we could take and put in the back of these niggas' underwear. These niggas got probably the most sweatiest, mustiest anal cat on the man from fear. Me and Tank, I have been 10 toes down, and I can tell you who did what, who didn't do what. But those niggas' mouth, they will beat you to death with their mouth. But them dick beaters, they not putting them on nobody.
Facts. And we've seen it time and time again. And at some point, it always happens. And we've heard it all, man.
First of all, we got to give a shout out to Lamont. He went to All-Star Weekend this weekend by himself. He got him and his client in and out, no issues, no nothing, you know.
Oh, bless me.
Shout out.
Atlanta, Georgia's on fire right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those local people, they're not going for no more bullshit. I ain't talking about niggas that live in Gwinnett County and are gangsters. I'm talking about the people that actually live in that Atlanta area, them zones.
Yeah, boy.
Work way before there was anybody out here singing and sliding across the floor.
Yeah, boy. Trust me, food. They out there food right now. They out there food right now, and those people are starving. Those people are starving out there, and you think them stimulus checks that got y'all down in Atlanta acting a fool? Trust me, you're gonna get that shit taken right up off you. And we not even talking about the stripper community that's enjoying themselves heavily out there right now. It's a whole lot of strippers ain't making it home because they ain't got that money to get back. Good luck. Good luck. I saw a GoFundMe earlier today for somebody who said they couldn't make it back. They couldn't make it back from Atlanta. You spent all that money to get to Atlanta, and your pussy couldn't cut it. Your pussy couldn't cut it. So good luck. God bless.
If we ever got Block on the phone, Block would tell you a certain rapper that talked all that gangster shit was crying because he had to pay Suge that bad. His exact words. I'm gonna get Block on the phone. Man, I just paid you $60,000, man. I gotta give you another $40.
Yep.
The man said, "You want to go home, don't you?"
Yep.
But on that mixtapes, this motherfucker done killed everybody. He didn't sling more dope from here to Yukon City. But on that reality, on that tour bus, he was Barry Manilow.
Wait, now you talking about the same dude. The same dude. I remember my wife was combing through the internet and shit, and happened to see a picture, and this dude was going off, and he was saying, I got the best security around me at all times. Mm-hmm. My man put a picture of me and J. Kane. We ain't worked for that boy in 8 years.
Oh, 8 years, right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's the effect they going for. If you could just act like it and pretend like it, then hopefully somebody will believe it. And hopefully somebody will save you. But at some point, you're going to have to prove it.
I tell Tank all the time, I said, man, I wish I would have made patent leggings. But besides leggings, I wish I would have patent dark jeans, Timberland boots, black T-shirt, black hoodie, gloves in your right side of your pocket. I wish I'd have patent that. Then from there, patent Lucha Fight shirts, because I swear to God, I can name 1,000 people then copied what we wear. Now they doing this. Now they doing it.
Now, mind you, these are same people who will come to us and say, well, y'all should be more professional and you should wear this. Understand something. You're only surviving based on the look that we provide. No. Now, not to mention everybody in the industry copying that look every time we change it.
Listen to me. Tank's being modest. The same guy that told us that he had a security out there that had on some cheetah print jogging pants with some yellow shoes on. Me and Tank look at this nigga. So the option is, if there's not all black, you can dress like a Skittle.
He said cheetah print.
Not only that, it's not even the clothes. Wasn't nobody wearing black surgical gloves in this fucking industry until I started doing it. There was nobody doing it, man. Now I don't even want to wear them no more. Uh-huh. You understand what I'm saying? Everything we've done, everything we've started has been copied, and then they've looked back at us and tried to tell us we're unprofessional. The whole profession has patented itself off what we've done. And that's verifiable. You can look it up and find out for yourself. Nobody was wearing sweats and Tim boots until Killa J was doing it. Nobody was doing that until we walked around here with Floyd and made him feel like the god.
Hello.
Now everybody and their mama doing it to this day. To this day, you look at Floyd Security, you look at Birdman Security, they're patenting off us. Now that's no knock against them, but give us the credit where credit is due. You understand what I'm saying? I want all my flowers now, man. Don't wear. I want all my shit now. Give me all my credit right now. I want it, or I'm gonna take it, because I'm tired of sitting back and letting people go out here and fake the funk and get a check, and then act like they don't know where it came from.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. But me and Tank always say this. You know what the most craziest part? And this is about trying to be successful and trying to make sure you're a husband or father or a fiance or a boyfriend or even a good uncle. The most hardest part about being successful in life is sometimes when you got to indulge with people or work with people around people that have no scruples, no morals. And these are the type of guys that everybody's a man, whether you're 6'2", But respect, communication, and human dialogue is the best. When you got guys out here that don't even know how to do that, it's ridiculous, man. That me and Tank just look at each other at nighttime and be like, how the fuck? And how the fuck do you even go through this? This guy couldn't survive in a motherfucking daycare. But you trying to talk down, because you control the bag. That's the most hard thing in the world.
Yep.
So I will always give credit to Nico. I remember one time we was working for this guy, and the guy's sister said something, and Nico told her, "He's not my father. Fuck what you can't. He pays me. No, he pays Killa J to pay me, but he can't tell me what not to do. So if you don't like how I'm talking, get the fuck around me. First of all, this conversation wasn't even about you."
Exactly.
And I will always say that Nico had no problem stopping in your place with some hardcore harshness, like, "Why are you over here?"
Right. The worst bagger, and you talk about the dozens. I've seen Nico destroy people, in public, verbally. Not one physical movement towards you, and destroy you, to take your whole heart from you just by talking about you and your woman at the same time.
It is all real. You listen to me. You know, if you beat a nigga up for lies, one thing, man, fuck that nigga. But when you beat a nigga with hardcore facts and truth, that's a hard drink to swallow if I'd have chaser, man. Because at nighttime, you got to look in the mirror.
Yep. At nighttime, it's only you and you. And if you got a problem with what's being said about you, you gonna have to do something about it. And that's
me and Tank just worked for a man that was doing security detail, and the man didn't have a belt on. He said, what do you plan on doing? Because everybody got to wear a belt. Sweatpants got a string. Swimming trunks got a string. Like, what are you going to do tonight if something happens? You got to pull your pants down. You already got bad feet. Did you think this outfit properly before you went out the house tonight? Man. That guy right there, oh my God, if those walls could talk, you know this for a fact. This is real. This is how you know women are delusional. A woman can look at a man within 3 seconds to know marriage, give him some free pussy, friendship, or just a cool guy. Fact. When you look at a guy, he says that he's in the trenches for a living, no physique, no people skills, not trying to better himself, any type of business knowledge, just always complaining, always got these crazy business deals that never take off. And you supposed to believe that this nigga is a king, a god of God. He actually controlled warriors. You got to be a poor bitch. Facts. Even a prostitute only gonna hold to her pimp's words for so long. No progression will be no pussy selling.
Now that's true, man. How many stories can be told? How many lies can be told before people wake up and realize this all bullshit?
Before it starts to crumble.
Exactly. How many other people's stories you could tell before people realize that ain't you?
A wet paper towel can never hold a gallon of milk. Trust me.
I don't know where the fuck you come up with this.
These adages.
Try it. You have milk before?
Yeah.
It's
that's just crazy.
Like you said, it's great that we can talk, you know what I'm saying, and different people started to come, because I had like 20 text messages a night, everybody calling me, I'm trying to call in. You had a guy tonight just landed in the car of his client, was texting me, "God, we're 20 minutes from the hotel. I want to call in. I said, man, just catch it next time.
Got to.
A lot of guys that me and Tank deal with on a daily basis are still on detail right now, are texting me and Tank all day, man. We want to call this, we want to tell our story, man. Because it's crazy, man, because all we want to do is better our community, let people see that black security can be professional, can be good fathers, uncles, brothers, husbands, whatever the case is, good providers, and still we have a business sense. Whether we want to do security, establish our money, get into real estate, 401k plan, try to do something to prosper, because after this job is done, you still have to have income for your family, you know?
It's real.
So absolutely. Just make sure that we're here to make sure our community is strong. We mean community, we mean all people to do executive protection. You could be purple. If you're a real guy, you're a real guy.
Absolutely.
We just want the community to be strong, and let's cut away with the fuckery.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
If the military can weed you out, we just trying to weed you out, bro.
That's it.
No matter who, you can work for Pooh Shiesty. Long as you're a real guy, just be a real guy.
Exactly.
Be a real man, 10 toes down.
That's it. That's
If you working to pay your mama's cell phone bill, that's cool, bro. You establishing something. Family first.
Exactly. And don't be afraid. And don't be afraid. And don't be afraid to reach out, man. Don't be afraid to reach out, ask these questions, garner some mentorship, information, even though it's not free. It's not free. Nothing in life is free. Invest in your own ability to do this shit. Don't think you can go out here and do it for free. You're going to have to invest time, money, and sacrifice in order to do what we do. And if you're willing to do that, then we're willing to give you the keys to it.
Look, I can name 3 bodyguards. My boy Big Chris, the Gucci Man's bodyguard. He come off work. He do the little kids' basketball games. He's a mentor. He's into the race car stuff. Even Smitty was a surrogate father to several kids in his hometown, buying them shoes, basketball games, all the sporting events.
Yeah, shout out Smitty.
Word. Yeah. Roosevelt is Jerry Jones, head of security. Another guy. Take care of the kids, the football games, all that stuff. So there's men out here that want to progress and have a strong community, because this is the reality. Me and Tank tell you, we will put a smile on your face for our business. But you fuck with our family, that face like a goddamn squished up orange.
That's real right there.
All we trying to do is work, yes. Solidify the boss, yes. But at the end of the day, we got to make sure that our family, because our jobs are, you got to say this, our jobs are very selfish, that we're going to miss Christmas. We're going to miss Thanksgiving. But we want to come home and have our family situated. No one wants to come home to electricity cut off, no food in the refrigerator. Your kids walk his fucking, what are them shoes called? His Crocs are turned over. You know, every day should be Christmas to our family, because we give our life up. Our time stops like doing jail time. When you get that bag and you go to the airport, your real life is stopped.
Yep.
You're no longer your government name. You're who your agent is. This is who I am.
Yep.
So that time you go on that mission, you got to come back. It's like dating your wife or girlfriend and fiance again.
That's facts.
It's like once we come back home, we got to make that Monday the normal Monday they've been having since we've been gone. The dishwasher going to get broke. Her car, she might not know how to put fucking transmission fluid in. The guy that cut the grass want to overcharge her. The goddamn housekeeper, she ain't been here in a week.
Facts.
Damn laundry, but wash machine fucked up. So you got to protect this man and still keep your home running, man. And a lot of people out here chasing this, chasing that, posting this, posting that, but they don't have reality. How you on a road and don't have a house? How you on a road don't have a car? How you on a road you don't have your own cell phone? You don't have health insurance? How you a grown-ass man on a road, you still trying to live off girls like it's 1986?
That's facts. That's facts. Every horseman wants to come in the house justified, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, man.
Me and Tank have met more dreamers than fucking Harvey Weinstein. Trust me.
Ooh, say that again. Say that again. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a plan. Everybody's got a dream. But don't use our careers in order to make your dream.
Yeah.
You know, being a horseman, being in this field, being in this business is not a springboard. You don't springboard from this into something else. If you're going to do it, you do it for real. If not, don't do it.
Yeah.
Do something else.
There's no way. If you've been a bodyguard for 10 years, that means you should have 40 clients.
Facts.
There is no off season.
That's right. That's right. There is no
If you build that gun, you should get the range every day.
Yep. Yep.
If you build that gun, all your license should be legit. You should be paying motherfuckers at the shooting range that fucking falsify your fucking targets.
Falsified targets?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
That's the thing. Falsified targets.
Falsified targets.
If you posted falsified targets, yeah, this whole conversation was about you. If you posted falsified targets,
Man, they said I'm the next Chris Kyle. I'm the next Nicholas Irvin.
Yeah.
You couldn't hit a goddamn roach with a fucking slingshot, nigga. What the fuck you talking about?
Falsified targets. Hey, that keep that. Put that on the timestamp. Falsified targets. Timestamp that shit. If I catch any motherfucker online with a falsified target, that's your ass. God damn.
I know two niggas that did that. And the guy's like, yo, if his boss hadn't paid me for the security company to work for, I would have told this guy, look, man, you better off getting a pencil. You don't need a gun.
Because you ain't going to do nothing with it. And it's a ton of dudes out there carrying everything you could think of and can't do nothing with it. You're not going to hit nothing. You're not going to let nothing die. You just carrying it for the look. You just carrying it for the look.
The worst is they got a guy on the internet. This guy be on the internet trained like he's going to go to Vietnam, and he don't have the type of clients that even need that type of security.
He traded for war, working for Miley Cyrus.
Thank you. You know, this man makes for the guy that puts the chili in a Homer chili can. He don't want no drama. He on the internet. He got a ghillie suit on. He got a motherfucking 22 of a silencer. Nigga, what are you doing?
Hilarious, man.
How you wearing a ghillie suit with motherfucking black New Balance?
Unbelievable.
Sorry, man.
Well, look, man. It's time for me to get the fuck up out of here.
All right.
But I appreciate you calling, brother.
You too, Jay. Be safe, bro.
Hey, yo, you coming out here, right?
Y'all made that 4-hour and 26-minute flight very nice. Thank you, bro.
Oh, man, appreciate you. Make sure you make them plans to be out here, man. We need you on the show. ASAP.
Sure.
I got you.
All right, brother. Yeah, man. So that's another one, bro. That's another one in the tank.
Another one in the bag.
We're gonna move this forward, man. We're gonna make sure this grows and garners more attention. And if we hurt anybody's feelings tonight,
no, that's just what it was.
Oh, so
you know
what?
I'm saying? It's like it's the truth.
Yeah, if you feel some kind of way, if your feelings are really hurt and you're really upset, and I hurt your feelings in any way, you should do something to me. And
there it is. And stop falsifying targets.
If you really feel that way when you see me, you should do something to me. That's how I feel about that. If I felt the way, if I was really upset, if you really hurt me, I would do something to you when I saw you. so if I hurt your feelings,
right. You make that invitation. The invitation has been made.
If I hurt your feelings in any way,
right,
you should do something to me.
Right.
You should do something to me. I would hurt that guy if I felt the way you felt about me. So with that being said, we'll close out the show. With all due honor and praise to the Most High, I worship thee through the divine image of my wives. Amen.
Amen. Peace.
Peace.